Boy, am I glad to see you guys.
Somebody see a ghost?
When you're the head coach at Notre Dame, you're supposed to wake up the echoes. But this is something else.
So there really was a Gipper sighting?
2 of my players said they saw George Gipp outside of Washington Hall 2 nights ago. Scared them senseless.
You sure about this, Coach? I remember when Saquon thought he saw a ghost of Tom Coughlin, but it was just Tom Coughlin.
We lost the game because of illegal procedure! Get your down!
Over the years, there's been a lot of supposed Gipper sightings. I hadn't believed it until now.
Why do you think the Gipper's doing this?
Do you know who George Gipp is? The real George Gipp.
The finest individual all-around football player that we have ever had here at Notre Dame was the late George Gipp. Like Jim Thorpe, he could do everything well.
I've been digging through the archives. This is him doing a drop kick, 69-yarder.
Wow.
He made a 69-yard drop kick.
You can.
I can't run 69 yards.
He's the only player ever in Notre Dame history to average 7 yards a carry. Pretty good.
7 yards a carry.
But he was kicked out of Notre Dame.
What?
He actually bet on games that he played in.
I don't think Paul Hornung even got kicked out of Notre Dame. That's next level.
This is the letter of him being readmitted.
What was like a 15-minute expulsion?
Wait, March 8th to April 29th. Right in time for spring football, I'm sure, right?
A real punishment.
George Gipp was too good to keep off the team. He was also the reason Knute Rockne lost so much of his hair.
Gipp was over in Mishawaka playing poker and got over late to practice. And as he came on the field, Rockne out of the corner of his eye saw him and he said, "Gipp, if you can't get here on time, go back and take your uniform off." And Gipp did just that. He took his uniform off and went back to the poker game. Gipp's motivation was gambling. He was betting a lot of money on football games.
Why do you think everybody thinks he was a saint?
I think over time the story's going to kind of change to make sure we glorify this guy. Only those that were alive back then would know.
The real George Gipp wasn't famous for how he lived, but how he died. The Gipper was football's first martyr.
Was he young when he passed away?
Yeah, they said he was 25, passed away from pneumonia. This is the 1920 picture with him already deceased, so he wasn't in the team photo. Here's that same photo with him paintbrushed in there.
So he died during the season.
December the 14th, 1920.
I gotta ask you, Coach, why'd you call us? It's not like we're ghost experts.
Ooh, speak for yourself, okay?
I need some living legends to help find a dead one. And Joe Montana's got a speaking engagement.
Of course he does.
I want you to tell the ghost to stop scaring my players.
All right, leave it to us, Coach. If we've learned one thing from the Manning cast, is that we can talk to anyone.
This is true.
But where do you think we should start?
Go talk to Kat. She runs the hall, and she knows more about the Gipper than anyone else.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
Hi there, I'm Scott Van Pelt. Welcome to Sports Center. Now, we're going to get to the biggest highlights of the day and some blockbuster contract news. But we've got to start with the best thing I saw today, and that is what 2 Irish football players claim to have seen the ghost of George Gipp. That's right. George Gipp of Knute Rockne's Win One for the Gipper fame was spotted at Notre Dame's old campus theater, Washington Hall.
Boy, am I glad I'm retired.
Just like terrible timing.
I know. Of course, the final and infinite judgment of God happens the one semester I actually like my roommates.
Why do you think the Gipp's ghost is so restless?
Well, if I was stuck in this place for over a century and still didn't have tenure, I'd be haunting folks too.
No, your son is perfectly safe here. It's only one ghost. USC? Are you sure? I hear that place is chock full of werewolves. Hello?
Be reasonable. Paranormal activity is no reason to cancel a football game. Think of the ratings. They'll be huge.
We're going to be a ghost of a school if this thing continues. Nobody's doing any work. It's Gipper, 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 24/7.